Hello, my nerds. Today I'm going to introduce you to NerdHerder. What is NerdHerder, you ask? It is a league, tournament, or special event management website slash application that you can install on your mobile device that you can use to herd your nerds. It is designed for miniature wargamers, but it also provides a lot of support to competitive board gamers and also to role playing game communities or groups. All right, so let's talk about the things that NerdHerder can do for you. First and foremost, as we've already discussed, it's an organizer. Instead of having your tournament in tabletop TO, Longshanks, or Best Coast pairings, and then other people chatting on some Discord server, and then files shared in Dropbox or on Google Drive or via email or something, it's all co-located in one place, and it's easy for the organizers to set up and for the players to find. All that stuff in one place. Everybody can find everything. The second part is it helps build a community. NerdHerder will recommend leagues or tournaments that are nearby you that maybe you want to consider joining based on the interests that you select within NerdHerder. So, from the point of view of a league or tournament organizer, it helps players find your event. And then, from the point of view of a player, it helps you find leagues or tournaments or events that you're interested in playing in. Additionally, NerdHerder can run tournaments. You can run Swiss tournaments, round robin tournaments, elimination, double elimination, all that kind of stuff. Plus, you can also sort of invent your own formats by chaining different types of tournaments together. So if you wanted to do a Swiss with a cut to the top four, you can totally do that. Once you're in a league or tournament within NerdHerder, one of the things you'll need to do is record your games. It only takes about 4 seconds to put a game into NerdHerder. It's not an arduous task at all. It's very easy to do. And the results of those games are used to drive the tournaments and the global rankings. So even though there are players across the world that you've never played before, NerdHerder looks at how you have done in a ranked game and how other people have done in a ranked game, how difficult those opponents are, how many games you've played, these kinds of things, and ranks you globally. There are 3 kinds of games within NerdHerder. There are casual games, event games, and tournament games. Only the tournament games are ranked. Event games are narrative driven, but they can simply be, this week you have one set of rules and next week you have a different set of rules or restrictions on your list or whatever. And then finally, there's casual games. And casual games can be pickup games, or they can just be, a game where you are to meet up at your friendly local game store or whatever and play that day. So there's too many features for me to list them all in this kind of video. But one of the things I wanted to touch on was privacy. And that is one of the reasons that NerdHerder was created. I was running a league, and we were kind of running it out of Facebook and Facebook Messenger, and there was a bunch of players who didn't want to use Facebook, and that is totally fair. We're all trying to get away from Facebook. So when you go to create your account on NerdHerder, you'll notice that we don't collect much information. We don't even collect your last name. We do collect your phone number, and that's because eventually we'll turn on some kind of multi-factor authentication or SMS capability or something like that. But for right now, that's can even be a bogus value. NerdHerder doesn't collect your address either, just your postal code and country. We do this so we can find leagues that you can actually participate in. Basically, we don't want to be recommending a league in San Diego if you actually live in Heidelberg. On sites like Facebook, Instagram, and even Discord, the user is the product. The site collects your information, and then it uses that information for advertising. The advertisers are the customers, not the users. On NerdHerder, we don't do that. The players, the league, and tournament organizers come first, and their privacy is protected. So, with all that said, I hope you'll give NerdHerder a try. Head over to www.nerdherder.app, create an account, maybe create a league. It's never been easier, and give it a shot. Thanks for your time.